Life moves faster every year, and the pressure piles on. Work demands more. Our brains are constantly in overdrive, and even things like sleep become a luxury. We chase goals, both professional and personal, always wanting more and more and more, and wanting it now. Stay focused, you'll succeed, they say. But even if you do, will it make you happy? At the end of the year, I really needed a break. I looked for ideas and Simon gave me one. While he was off on his ambitious adventure to cycle around the world, I joined him in Portugal. A month of digital detox and slow living. What could be better, I thought. Wait and see. The plan was simple. Well, we barely had one. We knew that the adventure would start in Porto and that we would cycle from the north to very south of Portugal. Then take a break for Christmas and head east, somehow ending up in the Sevilla by New Year's Eve. We barely had a plan, but looking back, I think that was not a bad thing.
Hola, niño. ¿Qué tal?
I arrived in Porto a few days before we started, and while Simon was still finishing up some very important work,
I'm in jail, Dima. I'm in tubeless jail.
I just took this opportunity to explore the city. There is no adventure without change of plans, and we kick things off with one right from the start. Originally, Isabel and Jem were supposed to meet us in Porto, but
I'm sick. I'm not gonna go anyway.
yep, they got sick and had to postpone their trip. So for now, it's just you and me, Simon. Let's do this. We started the first day by riding from Porto to Coimbra. It's a day I remember very well.
Wow, it's so foggy, so beautiful.
It really feels like I'm riding in the Milky Way. We rode in the fog for several hours until we climbed to the highest point in the area and could see some of the sun, with all the fog remaining below.
Some of the roads are quite narrow and the trucks just pretend we're invisible. So there was one that went past, Dima said the mirror just went like straight above my head. Like there was a gap between me and the truck, but the mirror went over my head. So it's a good thing I'm not tall.
Yeah, I really hope we will survive this. Today's destination was Coimbra, and the reason for going there was to visit our friend and colleague Pedro.
Oh, Pedro!
His parents kindly agreed to put us up for the night, but since they didn't have any beds available, they made us up a fantastic double bed in their shed.
There is a bed! Finally, Simon, just you and I!
It's so inspiring to experience the kindness and support of so many amazing people along the way.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
This is the moment when we finally reached the ocean. Look at that. So good. I wanted to visit Nazaré for a long time, and we pushed so hard to get there before sunset to see the ocean and its waves. And wow, it was so worth it. Just a few days earlier they had announced massive waves, but by the time we arrived the ocean had already settled down. Even so, the waves, the breathtaking views and that sunset were absolutely incredible. Our plan was just to snap a few photos and then head off for dinner, but we couldn't tear ourselves away. We stayed until the very last rays of sunlight disappeared.
It's that time of day, Mr. Dima.
Yes. And then came dinner. We met up with a couple of friends who happened to be traveling through Portugal at the same time. What started as a casual evening quickly turned into something unforgettable. Life is full of unexpected magic, and it's amazing what unfolds when you just open yourself to it.
Stop smiling!
No, don't smile. Look cool.
Oh, yeah.
Look cool. Yeah.
I can't. Okay, hopefully one of those works.
On trips like that, every single day feels like a gift.
You're so cute.
It's packed with surprises, unforgettable moments, and incredible people. You wake up each morning with no clue what the day will bring, but you know for sure it will be something amazing. Even on the toughest days, when I felt completely exhausted and worn out, there was always a spark of joy and satisfaction in my eyes.
Oh my god, look at this view. Oh, this is so good. This is so unbelievably good.
I knew I loved Lisbon, its charm, energy and people. But after spending days off the grid, far from the crowds and chaos of daily life, I realized this wasn't where I wanted to be right now. The city was as vibrant as ever, but all I could think about was escaping. I wanted to get back on my bike, far from the crowds. I wanted the peace of the open road, with nothing but the sound of the wind and the crunch of gravel under my wheels. I think the most beautiful part of the trip starts now. Cliffs, ocean views, gravel roads and remote areas were amazing. Riding through national parks and crossing straits by ferry was one of the highlights. And I realized how much I love ferries. There is something special about being on a ferry during a backpacking trip, at least for me. I can't quite explain it. But every time I was excited like a little kid, and I was sneaking around, exploring every corner and taking tons of pictures. After a couple of weeks on the bike, I started getting used to the new routine. Ready. It was amazing to watch Simon handle this lifestyle so effortlessly and pick up a few tips from him. The way he walked into a new place like he'd lived there forever, so organized, knowing exactly what to do and all the tricks. While I was still looking around trying to figure things out, he'd already showered, changed and started cooking.
Get in! It's lovely and warm. The reason for my call is because I'm the fastest human in all the land. Dima is second fastest. And we're going to be in Lagos today.
The farther south you travel in Portugal, the wilder and more beautiful it gets. On the last day before reaching Lagos, we decided to go an extra mile through an incredibly beautiful and wild national park. It felt like we hit the jackpot. I've never been to Africa, but the views reminded me of pictures I've seen, and the zebras on farms only added to this vibe. That day broke me physically. The area was so remote there was no way to buy food and I wasn't prepared. I was hungry all the way. I hit the wall halfway through and by the time we finally arrived I was so exhausted I couldn't even eat. It was my toughest day on the trip so far, and yet I know there is more to come. So Isabel and Jem are coming to this apartment where we stay in Lagos tonight, and tonight we want to celebrate Christmas together. If there is one thing that I've learned on this trip is how little you need to be happy. Good friends don't let you do stupid things alone. That quick break gave me just enough time to recharge, and now we were all set for the next big push. We knew this would probably be the toughest part of the adventure, but also the most stunning and thrilling. Ooh, I'm really excited what's coming next. The area was super remote, so we were all set to wild camp in the forest. The only trick was finding the perfect spot. Is it creepy or cozy? Are you sure it's a good idea?
Yeah.
Oh, those are some insect nests, for sure.
I'm wondering if they have rats here.
Okay, guys. So either we stay here.
No, I'm not staying here.
It's not going to rain, so I suggest we don't put the cover up. Is that okay?
Riding bikes for weeks with just a few bags. Now cooking up a simple meal in the remote forest as the sun sets. 4 friends, spooky stories and laughing about the day's best moments. That magical night between Christmas and New Year's made me think once again about how little we really need to truly celebrate the holidays, make lasting memories, and be happy. The best things in life are not things. Good morning, Simon!
Last night was our first night together in a tent.
It was so
How do you
romantic.
feel about our relationship developing?
Yeah, it's getting better.
Get out of bed. Time for adventures.
Where's my breakfast?
The Red Power Rangers got a camera.
Hand me the coffees.
This is your breakfast.
No, I want the coffees. Where is the coffees?
In 40 kilometers.
Shit. Oh, it's still smelly out here. Most smelly plant on earth.
Smelly plants.
Smelly plant.
I look like I'm smiling, so in the video, people will think we're having fun, but really I'm screaming at Dima to stop recording and pack his f***ing bags! Dima, pack your bags!
I think I began to see the beauty in the most simple of things.
Copper and sulfur.
So it's a copper place. Maybe that's why it's so red.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Contrast.
The contrast. This is the mine where they used to mine copper, but apparently they also had a lot of iron, and they tried to separate this iron, and maybe this is why it was like everything is so red. Being in this place felt sort of controversial. Fantastic and even surreal views, but also seeing the extent of the destroyed nature. Oh man, let's just get out of here. We have big plans for tomorrow. Today we go to Spain!
Today we go to Spain!
Today we go to Spain! Yes!
It's Friday!
It's Friday! Yay! We crossed the Spanish border and kept heading towards Sevilla. Well, it's just a few more days of breathtaking landscapes and cycling through remote areas until the trip is over.
This is the best.
I wanted to soak up every single moment, even the little ones that seemed insignificant. I think something changed in me after this trip. I realized how much it means to me to be outside in nature, to take time to reflect, to embrace my weirdness and just be myself, no matter what anyone else thinks.
I look so uncool.
To build real connections with people and to find joy in the little, simple things.
I'm so awkward.
I'm not saying that money doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, it's not just about making more money. It's about using it to live life on your own terms. Poor Simon. And there we are, main square in Sevilla, eating grapes as the clock struck midnight. I made a wish.